Hello and welcome back to Learn More JavaScript on the ServiceNow platform. Today we're going to be tackling a concept that often perplexes new JavaScript developers, the this keyword. Understanding this is crucial as it plays a pivotal role in the context of functions and objects. Let's unravel the mystery together. Remember, all the lessons, all the scripts that you're seeing can be found at devlink.sn/sn-js or in the description body. There's a link. All right. So talking about this, this refers to the context in which a function is executed. It's all about where the function lives, not where it's called from. Let's clear up the confusion with some examples. Okay, so let's walk through this script right here. So here I have an object. It is being declared with a few properties. One of the properties is a string called hello ServiceNow. And then the show value property is actually an entire function, which is just displaying the value of this. And so if I were to call that method on the object, so my object dot show value, what we can see happens is hello ServiceNow gets printed. So let's walk through it backwards a little bit. Show value is a method that is declared inside of this object, and it is trying to display this value. And this is pertaining to itself, this whatever object that it's in, the function that it's in. And so that function that it's in, that object that it's in right now, is my object. It's saying, hey, if there is a value property somewhere in this function or this object that I'm in, that's what I'm going to use. And that's why it went back and found value within this object and printed out hello ServiceNow. Okay, now let's complicate it just a little bit, just so that you could see the differences. When you're calling this, when it's no longer in the function's context, what will happen? In this case, instead of calling the method via the object that is already declared, I'm instead creating a new variable and trying to assign that function that exists in that object to my new variable. You'll see, here's my new variable. And instead of calling my object dot show value, I'm actually storing this section of that object inside my new variable. Now, if I call my new function that I just created and run the script, it results in an undefined. It doesn't know what it was supposed to display. Now let's walk back a little bit and see why it's resulting in undefined. Over here, I created outside function and set the function of this object to my new variable. But what if I were to just do this and write it out and show you what's happening when I set that new function? It kind of looks like this. So if this is the new object function that I'm creating, and it has no understanding of the previous object, this no longer has a value property. So it doesn't know what to return. If I were to go in here and add maybe a property that's called value, then it would work. But now it has no idea what this means because within this new context, there is no value property. And so it returns undefined. Really simple lesson, but it's important to understand and learn a little bit about what this means because you'll be seeing this appear in a lot of different places inside ServiceNow, particularly inside script includes, because script includes have a lot of functions and they have a lot of nested functions. And you will be running into the keyword this quite often, actually. And so now you know. Cool. See you soon.